Hey, Clinton Township family, this is Chris, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of encouragement. This is Missy, by the way, one of my 4 cats, and I've been home like you, and I'm trying to do everything to be safe, and I hope you are well, and I'm just wanting to share something with you from Luke chapter 8 real quick. Let me read for you this passage that I've been living in, and in verse number 22 from the NLT, it reads this way. One day Jesus said to his disciples, let's cross to the other side of the lake. So they got into the boat and they started out. And as they sailed across, Jesus settled down for a nap. But as soon as a fierce storm came down on the lake, the boat was filled with water and they were in danger. The disciples went and woke him up shouting, Master, Master, we're going to drown. Then Jesus woke up and he rebuked the wind and the raging waves. Suddenly the storm stopped and all was calm. And then he asked them, where is your faith? Through verse number 25. It said they were terrified and amazed. And who is this man? They asked each other. When he gives a command, even the wind and the waves obey him. And I just wanted to point out a few things from the scripture. And here's the first one, is that actually there's a promise given at the beginning of the passage, the beginning of the story rather. Jesus said, let's cross over to the other side of the lake. So Jesus is telling them that they're going to the other side of the lake. And here's the thing about it, is that in the midst of the storm, nobody brought up the fact that Jesus said they were going to the other side of the lake. I would absolutely have loved during this story, when things started to get out of hand, for somebody to say, hey, don't worry, calm down, because Jesus said we're going to go to the other side, but that didn't happen. But Jesus gave a promise at the beginning that seems to be forgotten. The next thing that I'm noticing about this passage is that they went to the master shouting, and they woke him up, and they were yelling, we're going to drown. And by the way, these were master fishermen who obviously were pretty afraid. But the thought that I have is this: have you ever gone to the right master in the wrong way? And we do that all the time, don't we? We go to God sometimes with entitlement. Sometimes we go to God with anger or fear. And by the way, Jesus never rebuked them for doing that. He never yelled at them for, going to them with fear. In fact, he just asked a question, which is, where's your faith? In other words, Jesus isn't afraid for you to go to him in fear, but he wasn't saying like, hey, I'm angry that you came to me in fear. He just simply asked, what has replaced your faith? Where's your faith? You've obviously replaced it with fear in this case. So many times we go to God, and it's okay. He doesn't yell at us for going to him in different ways, but he can ask us and challenge us with the exact same thing as he did his disciples. And he's asking us, where is your faith? Because you've obviously replaced it with something else. And so I just want to say that during the storm and the storms of our lives, I just want to encourage you to look to this passage and see that the same dynamics that exist here are the same dynamics that exist with the same Jesus, this living God who loves us and interacts with us and wants to give us the same encouragement and the same challenges. Jesus reminds us that, let's trust in his promises. And even though things seem uncertain, and perhaps if we calculate the odds and think that, things are out of control or they're not going to have a great outcome, Jesus, of course, is, reminded by the disciples. Then he reminds us, that it takes faith to trust him. So I don't know what you're going through, and I know that this is way more difficult for some than others. But I do know that during this time, all of us can benefit from this passage. Just being reminded, like we can go to God, let's be reminded, let's go to the right master in the right way, which is filled with trust and complete confidence that he is the one who is in control of the storm. He has power over the raging seas and the winds of our lives, and certainly of this pandemic. So be blessed, be encouraged, and I hope to be with you as soon as we could be able to meet together again. I love you, and I'm praying for all of us, for our church family. See you soon.